What happens when the line between android and human is blurred? And if it's blurred too much, what exactly is humanity? Well, Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049 focuses a lot on these type of questions, and it's a world that takes place after some type of massive bio disaster, some disaster on Earth, and it's a world where a lot of people have not even seen a living tree. It's a synthetic world, essentially. Now, in this city where most of the story takes place, people are packed into this densely populated metropolis, and you see just absolute filth at the bottom level, but you also see technology just all over the place. This place is it's a cyberpunk reality, and they have synthetics. Well, they have sort of like synthetic humans, human beings that are grown in a lab. At one point, they had androids, replicants, who looked like humans and functioned like humans. They were stronger than humans. They were actually used off-world for various operations. Humans were going to other planets and trying to establish colonies, and they used these replicants as slave labor. Well, eventually that didn't really work out so well. So the corporation that created them, Terrell, that corporation eventually went bankrupt. The technology to use to create these creatures, these synthetic humans, I call them, artificial humans, these androids, was used by another corporation called Wallace Corporation. Well, this movie focuses on a Blade Runner, a police officer who's also not really human. He's an android, but he cuts and he bleeds like a human being. And this guy, his job is to find these old models that were supposed to only live 4 years, but they became a danger because the corporations, the establishment didn't want these entities living. Keep calling them creatures. They didn't want these entities living for too long because they developed complex emotions, and it really sort of blurred the line between what's human and what's a machine. Well, in the opening sequence, the Blade Runner, played by Ryan Gosling, tracks down this old model, this old replicant, and his job is to retire these guys, or either bring them in or destroy them. He has to destroy this guy, this replicant, and he makes a discovery. He discovers a briefcase with bones in it, and it's something that this replicant said before he killed him. He said something about a miracle. Well, it turns out this miracle is something that could shake the very core of this civilization. Ryan Gosling's character, he investigates these bones, and he finds out the bones belong to a woman who gave birth. Well, the woman who gave birth was actually a replicant. That's not supposed to happen. So the police department tells him, his superiors tell him to basically let this go, get rid of all the evidence, let's not talk about this. But he investigates. He goes to the Wallace Corporation because he finds a serial number on that body, on the bones, and he wants to look into it. Well, eventually the Wallace Corporation, they want to find the child that this woman gave birth to. And of course, the lead character also wants to as well. The Wallace Corporation, they want to cultivate this ability because if replicants can give birth, then they can have more and more replicants, and then humanity can spread throughout the galaxy. They can only create so many of them, but they can reproduce themselves, and that's a complete game changer. Well, that also represents a phenomenon that could unravel their society, because ultimately, if you have these replicants who are physically superior to humans and also can be manufactured to be more intelligent than humans, then why do you need humans? So that's where the story pretty much begins, and this is one of those movies where if you see it again and again, you develop, at least I developed more of an understanding of what was actually going on, and I appreciate it even more. Of course, I appreciate the technology. You got flying cars going around. Flying cars. It's the feature I thought we were going to get, or this is the feature we were promised we were going to get. Anyway. So yeah, it's a marvel to look at, especially on 4K. It's absolutely incredible. It looks good on Blu-ray as well. The 4K itself comes with a 4K and a Blu-ray. Not, well, I mean, there's some special features, but the image is just absolutely incredible, and I love the soundtrack, the sound effects. It's really unique and really worth checking out. So, yeah, this is one of these must-own 4Ks. I think this is one of the first 4Ks you should get if you're going to get a 4K player. This is a really good sample of what 4K can do. And Harrison Ford, of course, is in here. He is, well, I'm not going to get too much into that. I will mention Ana de Armas. She plays a program, a hologram program. She's projected as a hologram. And Ryan Gosling's character, even though he's a scanner, or he's not really a human, he develops this relationship with this this program, this artificial woman, this holographic woman. And it's interesting how he's completely isolated in this society. Even his boss told him, "Don't grow a conscience or something. Don't get a soul. He's done well without a soul." And the way the strangers treat him I mean, he's not human, but they definitely make sure he knows that he's not a human. And his attachment to this other entity that's not even human, that seems like a very human thing to seek that type of connection. So that's really interesting. I really enjoyed this movie. So yeah, man, now that I think about it, this is like a 9. It's like a freaking 9.5 out of 10. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. Definitely recommend it. You guys, tell me your thoughts about this movie. I still don't have the original Blade Runner yet, which is kind of weird, but definitely enjoy watching this again.